Hey YouTube, Ryan Knight here, and I wanted to go ahead and make a video on a pretty disturbing thing. And now, some people will sit there and say that I'm feeling this way because I'm white, and even if that was the case, what's wrong with it? Now, me starting off that way, people are going to be like, what the fuck is going on with this guy? Well, the Huffington Post ended up allowing a blogger to go ahead and put something up on their website that, was a massive fucking issue. I'm going to go ahead and link to the video that I initially saw this in, because the Huffington Post has subsequently removed that article after getting a bunch of blowback from people. Now, the Huffington Post getting blowback from people is nothing new, but this one really screwed up their image, because in the article, it actually advocated for white men to not be allowed to vote in any country. Like, worldwide, any democratic state, white men not be allowed to vote. That is a big motherfucking problem. Now, let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room. For one, that's racism and sexism all in one package, all right? You're targeting men, and you're targeting a specific skin color, you know, people with certain physical characteristics based off of genetics from lineage, all right? Racism. Now, this is a massive fucking issue, because we've been hearing, you know, some fringe people, you know, saying stuff like that, but, you know, they're the extremists, you know, whatever. They haven't really been given too much of a platform, you know, maybe on Vice or something like that, but nothing important. But here's the Huffington Post, a place that, for some god-awful reason, prides itself on actually being level-headed and so on and so forth. Yet they allowed that to go through. And the thing is I don't know if anyone's ever gone ahead and worked with one of these institutions. But the thing is you don't just get to say whatever the hell you want and then print it. Someone has to go ahead and review this. Usually it's a group of people that review it. You know, it's one or two people, also known as editors. This still went through. And this article went through and literally was blaming white men for every conceivable problem existing in the world. I mean, you would think that it was a satire piece, but it was actually an earnest piece, and that is a massive fucking issue. And it actually throws into light exactly where we are at in society right now, where for some odd reason it is societally acceptable for people of a minority race to be racist towards whites, but the reverse not be true. So, how do we address this? First, we need to call it out for what it is. It is blatant racism, period. It doesn't matter if you've got one black person that lives in a town of, you know, 100,000 white people, and them sitting there and saying that white people are scum, all white people should die. It's still racism. It doesn't matter how much of a minority you are. You can be the last surviving person from a race and still be fucking racist towards other races. It doesn't fucking matter. And I'm not saying that it's okay for whites to be racist towards anyone. No one should be racist towards anybody. But the problem is a lot of people are all like, oh, look at the minorities, look at how held down they are. Well, here's the thing. When you look at it, if all the minorities are allowed to do things that whites are not, then they're not exactly being held down, now are they? If the minorities are getting special treatment, special benefits, special perks, then they're not exactly being held down, are they? I want to know what someone would think if the Huffington Post allowed someone to go ahead and on their site publish an article saying that minorities shouldn't be allowed to vote for 20 years. I want to see what would happen there. I guarantee you it would be a fucking shitstorm. And luckily here, it was a shitstorm. But the thing is, it took them a lot longer than it should have for them to take it down. In other words, they shouldn't have even fucking published it. If it had been up for even 1 second, it shouldn't have fucking happened. But no. It was up for several days. At least I think it was up for several days. Can't really tell. But the thing is it was actually up for long enough to people to take notice of it. And I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to leave a link to the... well, actually, I'm not even going to leave a link. I'm just going to leave a link to the original video. On Mundane Matt's video, you can go ahead and click on the Huffington Post link there, and you can see the drivel that they went ahead and put there, trying to save face, trying to not piss off people that should be rightly pissed off, and to trying to not piss off the people who are actually legitimately racist. In other words, the people that were applauding this. And like Mundane Matt says in his video, I don't claim that white people have done everything right. I don't claim that white people haven't done horrible things in the past. But the fact of the matter is I've never done any of those things. Why should I be fucking punished for it? And if I can be punished by the actions of people who just happen to have the same skin color as me, then why in the fuck are people having such an issue with a travel ban? Based off of someone who's practicing a specific ideology, where the people actually think the same fucking way. Why are people bitching about blacks being targeted? As far as, searches and so on and so forth. Because, I mean, if you actually look at it, there's actually documented evidence that the black community tends to have a little bit more crime. So, alright, if you're going to sit there and say that it's perfectly fine to profile people on that, then guess what? The door swings both ways. You can't have your cake and eat it too. I mean, go ahead, take a look at me. Fat ass. I know what I'm talking about when it comes to cake. This shit needs to fucking stop. And these are the same motherfuckers that keep saying that white people are authoritarian. When white people are saying, look, if you're willing to work hard, or you're willing to go ahead and jump through all the same hoops, awesome. We'll even give you a leg up on us. They're saying that that's authoritarian. But that, for some odd reason, them saying that white people shouldn't even be allowed to fucking vote? That we should have to follow the laws even though we have no say in them? No, fuck you. Seriously, anyone with that line of thinking, fuck you, stay the fuck off my channel. Like I said, I cannot handle hypocrisy, and you know what? This has fully fucking set me off. I'm done with it. Now, if you're an actual human being that actually views other people as human beings, feel free to go ahead and comment down in the comment section if you want to, or not. whatever. Like the video, thumbs down the video, report the video. I don't give a fuck what you fucking do anymore. But the fact of the matter is, I am not going to idly stand by and accept this type of thinking as normal. It is not normal. This is not in line with fighting for equality. This is in line with fighting for fucking superiority. This is a conquering mentality. Not, I repeat, not the type of mentality that leads to cooperation. This is the type of mentality that leads to segregation. And we've already seen that these motherfuckers are more than happy to try to segregate everyone. And anyone who's wanting to fucking do that, anyone whose end goal is that, to try to separate everyone into different little groups, they don't have the best interest of us as a species at heart. They don't have us as a civilization even in the background of their thoughts. All they care about is themselves and what they can steal from others.